Pas de soleil, pas de soleil, pas de soleil.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Always.
late to church.
Sorry. My bad.
Always late to church. So glad that you came back. We are excited to have you. And so, what's our topic for today, girls?
How we were raised.
How we were raised.
Yes.
That's going to be such a in-depth conversation because we were all basically raised in different times almost.
Yeah.
Like I was raised in
Yeah.
the 70s.
Wow.
70s and 80s. Kiki, you were raised in the 90s and Nene was raised in the 2000s.
Yeah.
So,
Me and Kiki have a little bit of overlap, but it
Mhm.
because we are 5 years apart, she has a little bit. It's a little different.
right.
But then also because of the times, you raised us just a little different as well.
True.
Because of that as well.
Very different.
True.
I mean, because everybody, I don't care how much a parent will say this,
Mm-hmm.
you don't raise each kid the same
No.
because each kid isn't the same.
Right.
Right.
Each one has different personalities. So you have to, I want to say, well, yeah, I'll say treat them differently in order for, because I have 3 kids. So in order for y'all to do different things or the same thing, I might have to ask you in a different way to get you to do it
Mm-hmm.
Right.
until Loretta come out. And then,
Yeah, my mom is mean.
If y'all didn't know,
If y'all didn't understand
and
that.
y'all probably don't know.
Mhm.
I am the sweetest person.
in public.
No, let me say this. And this is honest. Wanda is nice. And Minister Stroud is nice. Loretta and Wuda, it's a different story. It's 2 different
Mean.
people.
Mean.
I'm only mean if you make me mean. Can we say that collectively?
That is true. Well, Wanda can be a little stern and strict
Petty.
Mhm.
at times.
Wanda's petty.
Minister Stroud is very
She's a
praise
sweetest.
him.
Hallelujah. She's very, it's a blessing.
Yes.
Oh.
You know?
Mhm.
Millions didn't make it. That's Minister Stroud.
Yes.
All right.
And then Loretta and Wanda.
Uh-huh.
But let me tell you something. We were good kids, so we didn't see Loretta and Wanda too much.
Right.
Uh-huh.
But, there are little occasions because, we was kids.
I think Kalia saw Loretta more than anybody else.
We going to touch on this for a second. I
Unfortunately.
did save Kiki from Loretta once. But,
Uh-huh.
we just keep it there and keep it moving.
Well, that's because I was raised to be very independent. So because I grew up independent, because I grew up independent,
That's crazy.
my ideology in my head was that I lived by myself, and I never lived by myself. So
Yeah. That was the only thing. If you bring food in this house, you better have 3 extra plates because that.
we're all hungry. It's not just you that's hungry.
Well, you know what
Come on.
What I love about you guys is that no matter where you were, no matter what you were doing, it was always, can I have some for my sisters? Me and my sisters, I need to take some can I get extra for my sisters? This is for me and my sisters. It was never, it's just for me. Y'all always included. And even if you ask Mommy or Aunt Gladys, it was always, can we get some for my sisters? Like they're taking you someplace and they were like, okay, we're going to get something to eat. And I can clearly remember BB asking Mommy, can we take something for my sisters? And Mommy was like, your sisters is not here, but I need to take something for my sisters.
Right, because it was like, we are all hungry. It's not just me. Like, if I came out with y'all and I'm hungry, I'm pretty sure my sisters are at home hungry as well.
Yeah, and also I would feel bad if I came home and I only have food for myself.
And I have a full stomach, right? And then I'm looking at my sisters. They're looking at me like
They starving.
they starving. I'm like, well, I have my KFC, you know. That'd be so
My
rude.
5 for 5 moment. 4 for
Okay.
4.
4 for 4. Yeah, it was 4 for 4 at that time.
Mhm.
Now it's a $5 biggie bag.
Okay.
You know,
There's a
not
$6 biggie
sponsored.
bag too. All right.
But if you want to, Wendy's.
Wendy's, come on, sponsor us.
We are right here.
I love me a good Baconator. Speaking of Baconators, I did have one today, and it don't taste the same.
What do you mean?
Am I not fat anymore? Because I was like, this is too much. It had too much patty. I needed some more, something else.
Can I tell you? It's funny you say that because I went to Sonic and I got a double bacon cheeseburger.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is too much meat.
Yeah. I didn't even finish it. I was like, this is too much.
Now, I ain't going
That's
to tell that
crazy
lie. I
for
did
y'all.
finish it, though. But I felt very full.
That's crazy for y'all. That's wild.
Well, I don't know.
We
I
not
still appear fat, but my mentality is no longer fat.
BB, you know, I talked to BB last night and
Uh-huh.
she almost jumped through the phone
Why?
because I told her I didn't eat all day.
Why
And it
you
was
ain't eat all
9
day?
o'clock. Because I had things to do yesterday.
And that's y'all problem. Y'all.
Why
And
you
that's
say
why
y'all?
that's why I was busting down them grapes like that yesterday.
Oh, really? Because you
Yeah.
were starving.
B was like, "You don't even have a headache. Like, what's wrong with you?"
Because you're used to it. Money is used to it.
Here's a disclaimer. We have food in the house. There is food in the house. It just needs to be cooked.
Yeah, yeah.
So just FYI. Don't think that I'm not buying food for my child. I am.
But the thing is that you're buying food for Nene, right?
Mm-hmm.
But why none of y'all eating it?
I mean, I cook every now and again.
I'll be sitting on the phone munching my dinner. Be like, what y'all gonna eat? Mommy, sleep. Nene, I don't know.
I eventually get something by 12 a.m. Eventually, usually.
The fact that you say 12 a.m.
I was gonna say, is nobody gonna acknowledge that? Like,
that's a problem.
I mean, it's not that big of a problem. I'm fine. I'm sitting there. I'm good. Still big. So
what? That silence spoke volumes. Anyway, I'm sorry to get us off track, but that Baconator did something to me today. I didn't like it.
okay. So basically,
Mm-hmm. Bring us back in, Nene.
Ooh. Why she call you BB? She called you the fourth.
That's crazy.
That's wild.
All right.
All right. See what kind of day this is. All right, go ahead, Nene.
Mhm.
I have
had a
week. Go ahead.
Anyway,
Yes.
the
Go ahead, Nene. Sorry.
the way we were raised
Uh-huh.
changed how we went about life as we got older,
Right.
in a sense. Because I remember mommy always telling us how you act outside the house is a representation of the entire family, not just yourself.
True.
Right.
Very true.
So you have to act accordingly,
Right.
basically.
Right.
I don't ever recall us acting out in public, like ever.
No.
Mm-hmm. Because
We
y'all knew
weren't that-
better.
We were scared
Y'all knew better.
of
Basically.
Wanda Loretta.
But mommy, that's the thing though.
Uh-huh.
Mommy didn't give us a reason to be scared.
No.
But we were
We were
scared.
terrified.
I never did. I didn't threaten y'all or anything like that, or
Mm-mm.
beat y'all or nothing like that.
We really did not get beat.
No, y'all didn't get spankings.
Kiki.
Now I will say this: no, we did not get beat as traditionally as other kids.
Yeah.
I did get beat. Kalia did. Now you and BB did not because y'all learned from me. So y'all didn't do the same stuff I did because I was the example.
Yeah. But that's also the thing about having 3 children.
Uh-huh.
Each child also grew up differently from birth in the
Right.
order that you were born. Because Kiki obviously had a different life than I and BB did because she is the oldest.
Right. She was the first child, and she was barely at home because she was with her auntie Kim.
Yep,
That is facts.
that's facts.
And then
Yeah.
BB is the middle child.
Mm-hmm.
And so,
She was always with me. Baby was always under me.
Mm-hmm.
So
Or me.
yeah.
and then
so
Nia was born a whole 4 years later.
and everybody wanted the baby. Mommy, I want to hold the baby. Oh, that's my baby. I'm coming to get the baby. Like, wait a minute.
Sometimes I feel like I raised Nene too. I helped mommy raise Nene.
I feel like everybody did.
Yeah,
It takes a village.
it takes a village.
Everybody raised me basically.
I would agree.
Yeah.
I feel like I won't say we raised her. We helped raise her, me and Bibi.
Y'all all grew up. I mean, basically, y'all all grew up together. So,
Yeah.
Daniela was able to see what Kalia and Brianna did and strive to do those things.
And she did way better than us, but she's never going to say that. But
She's everyone feels she's the smartest in the group.
she is.
It's the thing for me is that I had no interest in school when I was in like elementary school. I couldn't have cared less. I went to school for my friends and to get out the house
We all did.
back then.
Right.
But then I came home one day and I had like a D and a C in science and math. And mommy acted like she didn't care. She was just like, if that's what you want to do, that's fine. I already got my degree.
Oh, girl.
I already got my diploma.
I hate when she said that. Oh, my God.
Y'all act up. Y'all don't. You want to get C's and D's. I mean, if that's your best, then that's your best. There's nothing I can do about that. But if you want better, you'll do better. But you don't want to do your homework? Don't do it. I already got my high school diploma. I'm good.
And it was the fact that it's not like mommy neglected us or anything.
Right.
But it was the fact that she acted like she didn't care is what made me want to go and do better. But then also Kiki and Bibi were getting all these awards and certificates and stuff. And I'm like, dang, I want to make my mom and my sisters proud by doing the same thing. So that's when I started actually, because I knew I could do it. I just didn't want to, basically.
Well,
Because-
that's an honest answer.
Yeah. It's because I was a good kid in school. And all my teachers, like, said that and stuff. But I was just very talkative, which is very unlike me now.
Right. You are the
But-
total opposite right now.
But I
Wow,
just...
total opposite?
Yeah,
Jeez.
because look,
Did you have to go in that hard?
I'm just saying, like, honestly, Nene, am I lying though?
I'm just being an instigator. Go ahead.
Like, because the first,
Shoot.
like, our first episode, when people were like, Daniela talks, like,
Right.
oh my God, I've never heard her talk that much in all my life. Like, everyone was shocked,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know? So it's like she just, it's almost like she buckled down and did the work and was like, I'll talk to y'all later. I got stuff to do.
Basically, yeah.
Because, I mean, that is true because I literally only wanted to go to school to get out the house. And I don't want to leave the house now.
Right, okay.
But, it, like, Kiki, that's what is my, like, experience being the youngest. I had 2 examples
Right,
ahead of me
right,
that showed me how I wanted basically to live
right.
and to go about school.
Yeah.
Because eventually when I got to middle and high school, I didn't talk to nobody but the 3, 4, 5 friends I had, and I did my work.
Right.
And that was the only thing I cared about was getting hundreds on my tests and turning in all my assignments on time.
Right.
To
So.
be honest, I never viewed myself as like a role model or anything for Bibi and Nene. I was just doing my work because it just felt good to get, you know, the accolades and the awards and stuff like that. I wasn't even thinking like I'm being a role model for my sisters. I was just like,
Living.
I do this for my sisters. Do I think that I'm a role model? And I still don't think I'm a role model, to be honest. I feel like I'm just the older sister.
I mean, because you are. Because I low-key feel like if you didn't go to college or have that dream of going to college, me and Bibi may not have either. And then also you made, even though you were like the guinea pig for most things, basically, it was me basically.
yeah.
The truth.
But you made our lives basically easier the way that you lived your life.
Oh.
True.
No, because it is true.
Yeah, I mean, because they got to see me do something. So then they were like, okay, well, I'll just do that. You know, like, or I'll just, Nene was,
Well-
I'm going to do this, but I'm going to do it better than y'all. That's
No,
Well, you know what? But But can I honestly, but even though you did all those things, when the difference between living in the same household, being raised basically the same, but having 3 different outcomes,
Yeah.
because you're doing your own thing, you know, and you've been in operas and you've done, you know, singing and all that other stuff. And Brianna's like, keep me in the background. I don't want to be in the front. Don't even say my name. Let me do what I do and just let me be. Let me enjoy my life and do what I do. And Nene's still trying to figure out what she wants to do. She's finishing up school and, you know, getting herself together and preparing for the world. But it's kind of like, but each one of you, if you don't know, you could be kind of like, did they grow up in the same house? Because they're so different.
Yeah, we all share a face, but our personalities are very different.
Right.
Yes. The only thing we share in common is that we're all rude like our mother. Rude and petty.
Wow. So 1, I'm offended
I'm
because
not
you're talking
rude.
about my mama. And 2, you're talking about me. I mean,
I'm not rude.
I guess I can be rude sometimes.
I'm not rude. I don't believe that I am.
I guess denial is not just a river in Africa.
Ooh,
Okay.
girl.
I'm not.
A
I'm
little
not.
delulu.
I don't believe that I am. I don't believe that I'm rude.
All right, so Nini, we'll let her sit in that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can be rude. It becomes like a big shocker to people when I am rude because I'm not always rude. At home, different story. In public, I'm really never rude. So when I am rude, something has to be bothering me.
I think I'm not rude, but people can interpret my anger as being rude.
That is being rude.
But I have but I have
Girl.
to, it's not it is not you have to get me to that point for me to be like that.
Gotcha.
Because, you know, like Kiki is rude sometimes. BB is petty and rude. And
Yeah.
I'm like a cat. I'm rude.
Nini don't like nobody.
Well, hey, you know what the funny
That's okay.
the funny part about it, as I sit here and I look at my daddy, we are all, each of you are a part of me, a different part of me. Even though you have your own personalities, each one of you have something from me. You know, like the text BB sent last night about, Mama, you gave me some good genes. Did y'all see that text?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
So
crazy.
it's just,
Ruffleworth.
but it's just like, when I look at you guys and I see you do different things, I see myself in you and like how you've expounded on certain things that I've done. You know, like you've expounded on the singing. You know, growing up, that's all I used to do was sing, be in choirs, be in the chorus and do talent shows and all that other stuff. And you have exceeded what I've done as far as singing. You know, with Brianna is just, everyone loves Brianna. Like they just like, she's just so amazing that they're just automatically drawn to her.
And she's also a baker like you too. Well,
Yeah.
how you used to be.
Yeah, how I used to be. Now I don't bake anymore and she does. And what can we say about Miss Daniela? Daniela does the behind the scenes stuff that I would normally do. You know, like the editing and like even this podcast. All those things that you see like in the background, like who's doing that? And then it'd be like, oh, I didn't know you did stuff like that. Daniela is that surprise. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, girl.
And she's also really funny.
You know, BB is like that too. BB always surprises me with what she does. Because I wouldn't expect it. Like I didn't expect BB to like video games as much
Right.
as she does and know so much about IT.
Right, and now she's a gamer.
Yeah.
But you know what? Something else that, well, just the whole thing that she moved to another country and didn't know nobody.
Okay.
That's so true.
That by itself, she's
She learned the language on her own.
she learned the language
Literally.
on her own. She writes the language as well. Like,
Right.
oh my God, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I'm not that smart. So I don't know where she got that from because I am not that smart.
You are.
But
Yeah.
also that she's not afraid to do stuff by herself.
Mm-hmm.
You know
I
what I'm
think
saying?
we're all like that. Well, okay, not Nene.
Not me.
Well, me and BB are. You can do stuff on your own. You just prefer not to.
right.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll go and I'll do stuff on my own, but I don't want to, but I'll do it. And then after I'm there, I'm comfortable.
And I mean, that's another thing about how we were raised.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of had to do a lot of things on my own, so I think that's maybe why I don't like doing that now.
Mm-hmm.
Because BB and Kiki were 5 and 4 years older than me.
Mm-hmm.
I went to school with BB for 1 year, and that's only because they were about to change
Mm-hmm.
the system where
Right.
5th grade was in elementary school.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the only reason why I was in school with BB.
Mm-hmm.
Or 6th grade. Was it 6th grade?
It's
Was
something
in-
like that.
6th grade was going to be in middle school and not in elementary school.
No, it was 5th grade.
It was 5th grade?
It was 5th grade.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I did everything. Like I was in elementary school by myself, middle school, high school, and then BB and Kiki both left
Mm-hmm.
to go to college. So I
Right.
spent my last year of high school. Well, not my last year. My junior year of high school by myself because Kiki came back home.
Back
my
home, yeah, senior year, yeah.
But I spent most of the later half of my childhood by myself.
Mm-hmm.
And which is me and mommy. We was both
Mhm.
sleep all the time.
Yes. Those 4 years were hard for us because it was a lot of new things happening in
Yeah.
that 4 to 5 years.
Yeah.
So just imagine the 4 of us were always together. We didn't know anything else.
Mhm.
Literally.
And then all of a sudden, Kalia left.
Yeah.
And it just like, she just going to school, but it's just like, but we're not 4 anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all, listen. The amount of tears, literally, that we all had, like, the night that they left me at Johnson C. Smith, I thought my life was over.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm like, I have never spent, I don't even think I really spent the night away from home.
Mm-mm.
Like when we were
No.
growing up. So we were literally always together, and me leaving, it was like, wait, I'm really leaving? Like,
Yeah.
they not staying?
Like, you about to leave me here for real? Like, what the heck?
And if you know what it's like to grow up without a lot of money,
Mm-hmm.
Wanda was not coming back to
Okay.
get me.
All right.
And then also she could not spend the night because that hotel was going to be
All right,
expensive.
please understand.
So she had to go back home the same day.
Mhm.
Other people's parents were still there, you know, the
Mhm.
next day.
You have
Right.
to get them through orientation.
Exactly. But in our case, it was different because mommy couldn't afford it,
Right.
which was okay. You know, that's how it
Mhm.
happens sometimes. But it just really, I didn't think we were going to cry that much
Right.
and that it was going to affect us that much because I don't think we realized how much time we actually spent
Right.
together
Mhm.
Right.
when we were growing up.
So it was a little easier when BB left the following year because we had already gone through it with Kalia.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And then the fact that it was an easier process. We got to do another podcast about that.
Oh,
It-
and just college.
on colleges because
Ooh.
with Kalia, with her
Oh,
HBCU, it was just foolishness and mayhem.
we
Let me say
spent
that.
most of the day in the gym.
Right. But with BB, it was just like an hour and she was done. She going to orientation. Like,
Not even an hour. I think it was like 25 minutes, honestly.
and it was
Yeah.
kind of like, wow. So it was a big difference, but we were more prepared when BB left because we'd already gone through that with Kiki.
Yeah.
So then so we were dealing with that during that time. And then Nene was starting high school.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I remember when Kiki graduated, I was in 7th grade.
Mm-hmm.
And then BB left the next year.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't realize how hard that was really going to be on me
Mm-hmm.
until I had like a meeting with with my advisor in high school. And they were like, they were like, my grades were a little lower.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, like I was really kind of sad
Mhm.
that my sisters, like, they both left.
Right.
But at that age, Nene was like the type of person that did not want to say that.
Right.
So instead of her like saying she's gonna miss us, she was mean to us.
Yeah, that
Still
is
is.
true. That
She
is
still is.
true.
Yeah, she still does that. You're right.
Yeah.
but
But it did change because when BB left, the day BB left to go to South Korea, I did cry
Mhm.
with her.
mhm.
Yeah, we all cried.
We all cried
Yeah.
that day.
But I mean, it's just
Oh, I miss my girl.
We have to do when we talk about the colleges, we have to have her on here
yeah,
so she can talk about her experience of going to
another country.
going
Oh.
to the college she went to.
Oh, okay.
PWI
Yeah.
versus
no.
HBCU.
I didn't know if that I could say that.
Yeah, I mean,
PWI. Yeah.
if a
Mhm.
lot of white people go there as a PWI.
Okay.
Right.
Of course, I went to school. I went to a tech school. I've been to a couple schools actually, but
Mhm. And then she
I
went to
stayed home.
HBC
yeah,
And we'll get into that
yeah.
on another podcast.
because I need mommy to tell that whole story of all the schools.
But we not gonna say the name so that
Why not? See this. Look, this where the rudeness come out.
See,
Why
okay,
not?
rude. Just rude. All she was saying, she was trying to protect their integrity.
No.
Yes,
And here
No.
she go.
protect them.
No, we're gonna say tonight. We ain't gonna say it on here right now, but we. All right, move right along.
So
Cause now I'm
Now-
mad.
I want us to talk about, because all three of us, which is crazy, is all three of us are in three different positions or orders
I'm
of
really
growing
mad
up.
again. Okay, sorry.
Don't get mad. So Kiki, you grew up as the oldest,
Mhm.
and Mommy, you grew up as the middle child / oldest,
Right.
and then I grew up as the youngest. So how
Mhm.
was that experience of growing up as that?
You want me to start?
It don't matter.
Oh.
I just thought she was gonna start
Oh.
because she's the oldest.
So it was a little different for me because, I guess I was like the, I was spoiled. Let me just say that. I was spoiled. Because not only by my parents, but by my aunt and my uncle.
Mm-hmm.
So I was spoiled. Basically, whatever I wanted, I got. But then I was disciplined too. Like, you need to do the right thing in order to, these are privileges that you're getting. You know what I'm saying? And then when Kim was born, I was 9. So it was just like, Kim was like my doll baby. Like, I took care of her. Like, my mom and dad is like rumble, going all through the crib. Like, where's the little girl at? And I got her in my room. I'm changing her diaper and I'm feeding her and I'm talking to her and stuff. Like, she's just like my little doll baby. And this is a real person, Wanda. And we used to fight over who's going to watch the baby, who's going to get the baby, the three of us.
Oh wow.
So, and mommy's like, well, I'm her mother. And my daddy be like, I'm the daddy. But that's my sister. So, but it's kind of like, so I did all those things, whereas I would, drop her off to school or pick her up after school or go get her from the babysitter, so just like what the oldest is expected to do. So I just did all those things. And then my dad taught me different things. He taught me how to balance a checkbook. He taught me how to you make sure your mother's always taken care of, washing dishes and cleaning up. Those are the stuff that I learned growing up. And then I also learned that, when you, as you get older, when you graduate from high school, you got to go and get some type of paper, whether it's from a technical school or it's from a college. It wasn't told to me, you have to go to college, you got to get a bachelor's degree, a master's. That wasn't told to me. It was just like, in order to get a good job, you can't just have a high school diploma. But that was my experience growing up in the 70s and 80s. You have to get another piece of paper in order to get a good job. Then you get married and you have kids and that's it. Right? So when I started having children, my thing was always, okay, so I know a little bit more about school. So you need to get your bachelor's, you need to get your master's. And from what I did growing, when I'm becoming an adult and not getting my bachelor's degree right away, I had my associate's degree. I wanted to teach my children to not have to wait until they have a whole family, get all your education in before you start living life, so to speak, if that makes sense. So with each generation, I think it changes. You learn from what you went through, and then you try to make a better life for your children. So I don't want y'all to have to go through what I went through. While you don't have children and have those responsibilities, I want you to go and get all the lessons that you can get, all the degrees or PhDs or whatever you want to do. Get that now. And not that y'all were a burden or anything like that, but it wasn't as easy as it could have been if I did it when I first got out of high school. Does that make sense? So with each generation, whatever you went through as a child, I feel like that's what you teach your child. I don't want you to go through what I went through. I want you to be better. So this is what my plan is. But if you want to do something else, that's okay too. But let's have the conversation. Let's talk about it. Because remember, I always told y'all we have to have a plan. You just can't be out there all willy-nilly because it ain't gonna work. But if you have a plan, if plan A doesn't work, you still have the rest of the alphabet to try to figure out what you want to do. Do y'all think that's correct? Like that's what I did or I'm doing for the most part?
I honestly don't know what you did because we just were good kids. I don't know. Like, mommy never had to, like, give us consequences or, like, how to do any of that stuff for us because we were, I don't know. We were just well-mannered.
And I think Nene and I talked about this. I talked to y'all as adults when y'all were children. And I explained stuff to you. Like, I want you to understand why we're doing this. I want you to understand why we're going through this. I need you to understand you can't do this because of this, or we can't go here because of that. There wasn't any secrets.
Right.
I didn't try to hide anything from y'all. So like, I'm sorry you can't go to the park because I don't have the money. You know what I'm saying? Or, I really want you to, or certain things where you said, Mommy, I really want to do this. I figured out a way. Like, we ain't had no money when it was time for y'all to go to prom.
Oh, man.
But I figured it out. I made it work. Y'all don't know what I did or how I got the money for the ticket, for the dress.
I don't want to know.
For the hair.
I don't want to know.
But y'all got it. And then the thing for me was that I had it back to back.
Yeah.
Because it was, and then neither one of y'all went to your senior prom. Y'all both went to your junior prom. So it was like I did it one year, and then the next year. So now I'm in my mind, I'm thinking, oh, they could wear the same dress. And them girls are like, no, I want something different. I'm like, Lord, I don't know.
How was we ever gonna wear the same dress?
Listen,
I was way bigger than BB.
Shut up.
I was going to listen. I was going to try to do whatever, but I figured it out. I got the money to do what, I need to do so y'all could both go to prom and enjoy yourselves and go out to eat after or before.
I don't know how you did that.
I don't know either. By the grace of God. That's it.
And that's another thing. Before you start your oldest,
Oh my God.
that was another thing about how we grew up. BB and Kiki lived. I don't want to say it like this, but
I was literally gonna say that, but go ahead.
Yeah, BB and Kiki lived more in poverty, basically, than I did.
Right.
By the time
Very
I got to high school, I had my own bank account.
Yes.
And Mommy was putting money in my bank account so that I could get lunch at school.
Yep.
And I did not get free or reduced lunch.
Yep.
I had regular full priced.
Yep.
Yes, she
Okay.
did.
Yep.
BB and Kiki went through the whole grade school, public school in poverty.
High school.
And some of
Most
some
of
of
no
college,
too.
high school too.
The whole thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
basically all from
I really did
kindergarten to
not
college.
get a better job until maybe Kiki's second or third year in high school
My-
in college.
My third year.
Yeah.
You know,
So
My
BB and
third year.
Kiki, they went from being poor at home to being poor in college, and it wasn't because and,
Yeah.
and it had nothing to do with us in college.
Right.
It was just that college kids just don't have money. So
right.
when me and mommy were home by ourselves, mommy had enough money where we could go to the grocery store
Mm-hmm.
and just get what we want. So BB and Kiki would come home and take stuff out of our freezer and fridge to take back to college.
And they had to have jobs in college.
Yeah, they
had
did
work
work study.
study.
we
Yeah.
did work study.
They had to. There wasn't a maybe I'll do. No, you
No,
know,
I have
you
to.
have to do work study. There ain't no way around that.
But then when it was time for me to go to my college, I chose not to do work study, but
But you
if
had a
I
choice.
wanted to, I had a choice.
Right.
But BB and Kiki, they did not have a choice in the matter. I think Kiki, you did it all 4 years of college, right?
Sure did. I
And
had to.
I think BB did as well.
Yeah.
I
yeah.
think-
Yeah.
yeah.
BB was. I don't think BB did work study. She was just a tutor.
Yeah. She was a
Oh.
tutor.
Mhm.
Yeah. So it was a little different, but
Uh-huh.
yeah.
So I will say that was actually the first thing. That was going to be the first thing I was gonna say because, I did grow up in poverty, and Nene did too, but not as much as me and BB did.
Yeah.
And then also, me and BB were raised in New York for a little bit. So our childhoods are a little different too, because there's some stuff that I remember from being in New York that Nene will never remember because she was born like literally when we were leaving.
Yeah. She was a year and a half when we left.
Yeah. So, and I remember like 9/11 and Daddy being in the Lion King play and us having, parties in the backyard and we sit on the stoop and stuff. I remember that stuff, but Nene literally wasn't there.
She don't know nothing about no stoop.
For that stuff. She wasn't even an idea.
She don't know nothing about no stoop, no backyard, no cookouts in the back.
All she knows is Charleston, South Carolina.
That's
Okay. But even though we grew up in poverty, I just remember my childhood being so fun. Like I had a really good time because we were always together, always laughing about something, because that's something our family is really good with. We are always laughing, and not just the four of us, but everybody.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, we always are able, and we've all struggled, and we're always able to find like the good out of the bad.
Right.
So I remember my childhood being like that, but I also remember me being 9 and I was like, I'm going to be a therapist. I didn't know therapist then. I was like, I'm going to be a psychologist. But I knew from a young age what I wanted to do. And my mother didn't have to tell me that. I just did it. Like that was just what I wanted to do. But the thing that my mom did was she supported me and always told me like, you can do that stuff and you can do whatever you want to do. And, you know, we have a plan.
Right.
Let's make sure the plan is accomplished and that we are doing things that are supposed to, that goes along with that plan.
Right.
So that's just how I live my life. I was like, I have a plan and I'm gonna get to it. I don't care who's gonna be in the way. I'm gonna push you out the way, because I'm gonna complete my plan. And that was how I grew up. But also I did have a sense of independence within me just because I am the oldest child. I just always wanted to make sure that mommy was okay, because I think I was like 8 when you and daddy split up. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't
Possibly.
know. I was young, but I was always trying to make sure that mommy was okay and BB and Nene were okay. And it wasn't anything that mommy told me to do. Like mommy didn't say, you need to make sure your sisters are okay. You need to make sure that we're all good. But that was just something that I did on my own. And I always had like a sense of responsibility for the 3 of y'all. for some odd reason. I don't know. But that's why when I got older and I was able to start driving, I got my car, I was like, I have to make sure I do things for mommy, make sure I do things to help BB and help Nene. And that's just always been me. I just always want to make sure everybody's okay.
So I got a question. So why you ain't go get my medicine for me today?
Because you didn't say that. You said, I'm going to get my medicine.
But I was waiting for you to say, oh, no, mommy, I'll go get it for you. I know you hate walking in Target. All
Anyway, I have learned over time that is not my responsibility. So I'm not going to take on things I don't need to take on. Okay? No, but seriously, I just always wanted to make sure everybody was okay for some reason. And that was how I grew up. And, you know, I have always been the type of person that wants to be involved in things. I don't know if it's because of my my first mother, Auntie Kim, because she was always out doing stuff and taking me out and doing stuff with me.
Right.
So I guess that's because, that's the reason why I always want to be outside. But I've always been like that. In high school, I was vice president of the junior class. I was in all the clubs. I was in, all the academic stuff. But that's just what I wanted to do. But like I said earlier, I didn't see myself as a role model. I just saw like, I want to do this, so I'm going to do it. And that was just what I did. So that's it.
I think it's the same. Like, I think we were all still baffled that you was on the softball team.
I was on a softball team, and that's why I got so many problems now, because I got hit in the face with a softball. That was my last practice.
Do you know what? Look, and I just thought about this. It's so crazy. Do you know when I was in high school, I got hit in the face with a plastic bat?
What is wrong with us? Why we keep getting hit in the face?
We were playing softball, and I got hit in the face with a plastic bat.
Wow.
I had to be, and maybe, I don't know, I think my father had already passed, so like 15, 16. Yeah, got hit in the face with a plastic bat.
But do you know that I got a trophy for having the highest GPA on the team? Never played a game. I was supposed to be the manager, but my mom couldn't afford to get gas to get me to the game.
Sure couldn't.
And y'all, the crazy thing is that they wanted me to get a physical for the team. It was only $50. Why at that time, like, that was such a struggle for us, but now it's like, it was just $50.
The $50, that's 2 20s and a 10, girl. I ain't had that.
No.
I did not have that. I was struggling to get the 10.
Okay.
Forget the 2 20s.
And that's something I really feel like people don't understand about our lives, because we have a lot of things. But all the things that we got it on a discount. Somebody gave it to us. We won it in something. But like, people don't get that we was poor.
Right.
Like, we ain't had no money.
Yes, we went to the library for fun.
Yep.
Yes, we went to the library for fun. We didn't go to the park because we didn't like being outside.
Right.
But we went there for
Still
fun. Well, on Friday nights, we used to get so excited to get that $5 Little Caesars pizza. Okay. That was like literally the highlight of our week.
But that would be like the big thing. But then as soon as we got it, our mood would change again, because mommy couldn't get out the freaking parking lot because our car was jacked up.
Yes,
Yeah.
that car would be stuttering and stuff. You try to turn the wheel and it won't turn.
The
and
The
wheel
stuff.
car
gets
would,
stuck.
if we were in traffic, I'd have to pull over because sitting idle, the car would overheat.
Yes.
So I had to.
In the
we had-
middle of the summer, y'all. July.
We had no air conditioning.
No,
Had no. Which car was it that we couldn't even put the windows down?
Betsy.
Couldn't put the windows down and didn't have no air conditioning.
No, we just had to sit in that hot car waiting for it to cool down. And then we was like, how the car gonna cool down? And we sitting in the car in the middle of the summer.
How about, remember, I think it was when we went to see Dreamgirls and we was coming back and the whole window came off.
Yes, and BB didn't notice that the window
BB was sitting next to it And I was like, what was that, BB? I don't know.
No, BB was shook. That's what happened. So BB couldn't say anything. BB was sitting there like,
And mommy was just yelling like, what?
because we were sitting, because I even remember the conversation that we were having before.
Really?
Because my dumb behind made a joke and mommy wasn't having it.
Mommy was not with it.
We were talking about how we all were putting y'all hand out the window, just like feel the air, the wind, and in the back we couldn't put our hand out the window because it only opened a crack.
Right.
And I was like, man, I wish we could. And then the window came out.
Nene made the window fall out.
And BB, I was like, BB, you can put your hand out the window now. And mommy said, Brianna, don't.
Because I didn't
She
know.
was so upset, y'all. Oh my
First
God.
of all, because I ain't had no money.
Yeah, her first thought was probably like, how am I going to
fix this? Now, first of all, the car is going to be sitting outside with no window.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I didn't even think about that.
So for about a week or two, we had a trash bag.
Yeah, I
over
had
the
to tape
window.
it to the window. And thank God for Deacon Maxine, because all these old cars that I had,
He fixed all
God
of them.
bless his soul.
Yes.
He went to wherever he went to where the old cars were to find the same
junkyard.
piece, the junkyard, to find another piece to put on my car to fix it. The window, and that was in both cars. That was in Betsy in the van, and then when we had Tina.
Yeah, that happened with Tina too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, because mommy was driving me to school one morning with Tina, and the wheel started coming off.
The wheels started coming
The people
off?
were blowing at us, and I was like, why are they blowing at us? And I finally put down my window, and man was like, your wheel is coming off. And I had to pull over, we had to be like 2 miles from Nene's school.
And the reason why mommy was driving fast because I was late.
Yeah,
Of
because y'all
course.
was always late.
We were late. I was late to school already because we were a little further away, but we were still close to my
Right.
middle school, so we didn't have to leave home that early.
Right.
So
And I had just started a new job, and I had to be there on time.
we were 2 seconds from my school, and we had to stop and wait for Deacon Maxie to come get me so that he could drive me to school.
Yeah.
The
Thank God for him.
Okay,
Really, though.
thank God for Deacon Maxie, like for real.
He was on speed dial during those times.
No,
Okay.
really.
for
and
real.
was always willing to come fix it.
Always. And basically they sold me a car where the bolts were dry rot.
We love Tina though. That was a good call.
It was a good car. That was a nice Jeep.
It was.
I'm gonna say one more thing about my childhood, Nene. I'll let you go.
Okay.
I'm gonna let you go. But I was thinking, because we were talking about all that stuff, I did not get the same perks that Nene got. Because mommy would never want to drive us to school, really, because she couldn't afford to do that. But for a while, like if we were late, because most of the time we were late, and this is why I don't understand why Wanda says she's never late. Me and BB were always late to school, because I remember always getting in trouble for being late. But they let me go because I was a nice kid. Anyway, and never mind, I won't talk about the school. I'm gonna be nice. But basically they didn't care. But me and BB, when mommy would take us to school, she would let us stop at the store to get a 25-cent bag of chips, and it was the salt and pepper ones. Ooh, salt and pepper. Ooh, hallelujah! That was the best chip I ever ate in my life, and I had never tasted it before that. So I was like, ooh, this is good, but it was 25 cents. Nene, when she would go to school, mommy would stop at Dunkin' Donuts. Nene would get her a little treat, and then she can go to school. So then that's because we ain't had no money, so we couldn't do that.
That was the difference.
But even like, and this is not in comparison to Nene, but like when my friends would ask me to go out, I couldn't go. We didn't have enough money to do it. And people just did not understand that, because all my friends, their parents had more money than mine. So, and in our family, it wasn't just us that was struggling. We were all going through something.
Yeah.
And so we didn't have like a lot of, we had support,
Yeah.
but we didn't have financial support,
Mhm.
you know, from our family.
Because
members.
I'm not, if I ask you for money, it's because I've exhausted every other space that I could go to try to get money. So I'm coming to you because I have no other way. So I always try to figure out how we can do things where I don't have to ask for help.
Right.
And if I'm coming to you and I'm asking you for help, because you know that I have no other choice, so I have to ask you, which is literally killing me inside.
Right.
So I would rather we go without. So, and I think that's another reason why I explain stuff to y'all, so y'all can know, like, mommy's not saying no because I don't want to. It's just we just can't, and I'm not gonna ask anybody. And I raised y'all to do your own thing and don't depend on other people. And if you can't afford it to do it yourself, you can't have it or don't do it.
And that's why I grew up so independent, because mommy was saying these things and I saw her struggle. Even though she didn't tell me that we were struggling, I could see it.
Right.
So I was trying to do anything that I could do to help her. So I was I forgot I had jobs and stuff. I was working too, you know, trying to help. I mean, I ain't make nothing, but you know. I was
But it
trying to
helped because you were then able to do the things that you wanted to do with your friends, and I didn't have to give you the money to do it. You just
Exactly.
was able to go and do it,
Exactly.
which made a difference.
Yeah.
But Miss Daniela,
Okay. Now I'm gonna let her talk. But when I went to college and I was starting to make some more money and stuff, first of all, because we didn't have that much money, me, Bibi, and Nene stayed in the house most of the time. So we were sheltered. And it wasn't on purpose. Like, mommy didn't say, I want you to stay in the house. We just couldn't afford to do stuff.
right?
Yeah.
So then when I went to college, and that's what I'm going to say. Go ahead, Nene.
That's another episode.
Period.
For me, as the youngest, I low-key felt like I had to be the comic relief of a family. So I made a lot of jokes to try and make everybody laugh all the time. And, like, I don't know, it may be because I was the youngest, but I didn't feel the poverty when I was growing up.
And I think also because by the time, like, you needed money for stuff, your sisters were old enough where I got you, Nene. You know, I'm going to send you something. I'm going to give you something. And then, you know, I had a better job. So then I was giving you allowance and putting money in your account. But then you would be talking to them. And I think it even happens now. You'd be talking to them and be like, I sent you something. And you'd be like, no, don't send me nothing. But like, no, because I can. And because I love you. Here it is.
Yeah.
So I think you're benefiting from, you know, from your sisters, from being the baby and getting stuff.
Spoiled, basically.
I mean, yeah, I agree that I am the most spoiled out of the three of us. And it's because I'm the youngest, but also because I stayed home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I ended up being the most spoiled. But I realized that. I didn't want to say it, but I realized it myself. So I ended up not wanting to take things from everybody. Because I realized, because when I was younger, I couldn't say no. So I got it. And that was that. And I knew I was spoiled. But then when I got older, I was like, I don't want to, you know, take everything that everybody's trying to give me anymore.
I want you to understand that we're giving it to you because we love you and we don't want you to lack. If we can help it, you know, because we know what we've been through. And if you don't have to, why should you?
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know, so don't think of it as like, and I think we all do that with each other. When like somebody, like if BB sends me money for lunch, I'm like, BB, why did you do that?
Yep.
And she'd be like, why you mad? Because you didn't need to do that. But thank you. But don't do that.
Right.
You know, but I think we all feel like that. But we have to remember that. And I told Kiki this a million times. We are family. And that's what we do.
Mm-hmm.
And if I didn't have it to give you, guess what?
You wouldn't have gave it
I
to
wouldn't give it to you. So if I have it to give it to you, it's because I know you need it. Use it to what you're supposed to, because God forbid, if I get into a situation, we're going to help each other.
Mm-hmm.
Either way you look at it.
That's right.
So you have to think of it in that way. It's not a handout, it's a hand up.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
So I'm trying
Oh wow.
so I'm trying to help you
Wow.
to be better, to get better.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
But y'all get that from me, honestly.
Yes, we do.
Because like I was saying, but you know, I'd be like, but not for us. Y'all ain't supposed to act like that with us.
Yeah.
No, you said everybody, and we part of everybody.
Yes, I mean that is true. I remember many times when Nana or Aunt Gladys would give me their card to go in the store, and they would be shocked at how little I spent in the store, because you always, I mean, get what you need, not what you want.
Right,
Yeah, right.
right. Because I feel like, you know, everybody has their own struggles, you know what I'm saying? And if someone is saying, go ahead and get what you want, that don't mean act a fool.
Right.
Because
right.
God forbid, what if you need them later again? And they're going to be like, yeah, the last time I gave her my card,
Yeah,
she
went
lost
in.
her daggone mind.
Exactly.
So, yeah, no, I ain't got it this time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But, you know, so that's why, like, when stuff is going on, and I know I can call on Gladys or I can call Nana and just be like, hey, can you send me $20 for gas or something like that? But I'd be like, nah, because I want to hold y'all or reserve y'all for when I really, really need you, so that you know that if I'm reaching out to y'all, y'all know I have no other choice. Like, I had to call y'all. And every time they be like, why you do that? And but like,
also-
cuz I don't want to use you like that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But also shout out to our village, because
Yes.
Period.
we would not
Yes.
be where we are
Not even close.
if
Not
it wasn't
even
for
close.
them.
Yes. Our village is amazing from day one.
Mm-hmm.
From the day, not even the day when I brought Kalia home, before, when I was pregnant with Kalia.
But even you alone,
Mm-hmm.
as your own child
Mm-hmm.
growing up,
Mm-hmm.
that village, because mommy's village became our village with
Right.
even more people.
Right.
Correct.
Mhm.
So
Correct. Our village was absolutely amazing, like
And that's-
from beginning to end, and still till today.
Yeah, okay.
and that's the other thing about how we grew up.
Mm-hmm.
Mommy was kind to her village,
Mm-hmm.
so her village became ours.
Mhm.
Because if mommy wasn't who she was as a kid to them,
Mm-hmm.
they wouldn't even look our way when she had kids.
Exactly. Yeah.
So
True.
mommy is the only reason we are the way we are,
Mm-hmm.
To be honest.
apart from our village.
Mm-hmm.
Like, really.
I just feel, you know, I live by that saying, do unto others as you would have them do unto you.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just such a true statement. I want to treat people how I want to be treated.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, you know, when you go before the judgment bar, you be like, so you thought that was okay?
You thought you was being cute?
You thought, like, you know, and you know the saying that God don't like ugly, but guess what? He ain't too fond of pretty either. You know, so you have to be careful of what you do. I definitely believe in karma. So I have to be careful what I do, because I don't want these things that I do. Sometimes it skips a generation and it doesn't fall on me, and it falls on your children. And I don't want y'all to pay for stuff that I did. Like, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? So I want to make sure that I'm always doing the right thing. You know, even like when I'm at work and I'm giving people jobs, or I'm, you know, trying to help them out with their schedules and all that stuff. I'm doing these things for them because I'm a nice person, but also because I want somebody, if y'all needed that somebody would do that for y'all as well. You know what I'm saying? I believe in karma. I mean, I believe that it comes back to you, and I don't want it to fall on y'all, because y'all didn't ask to come here. Y'all did not ask to come here. So why would I not give you what you need? Not even what you want, but why would I not give you what you need when you didn't ask to come here? You know what I'm saying? I did that. I made the decision to birth you and keep you. So now I need to make sure that you're taken care of, no matter how old you are.
All right, Mom. We gotta let Nene talk.
Okay, my bad. Sorry.
You've been interrupting her the whole time.
My bad.
Go ahead.
I mean, I pretty much said everything about being the youngest earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Because I lived in the way that I saw my sisters live.
Mm-hmm.
Because I remember us saying all the time,
Rude.
like, I don't care about mommy getting angry at me, but if mommy is disappointed in me, then I don't like it. That's
Man,
the
when
one
she
thing.
used to say that I'm interrupting you again. I just said stop interrupting you.
Okay.
But when she used to say, I'm not upset, I'm disappointed, that would eat me up inside because that's like a big difference of being upset about something and be like, no, I'm disappointed about it. Like, dang, like did I really hurt your feelings?
Right,
You know what I
because
mean?
It's like when you say that, it's like they had expectations for you and you failed.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like, dang,
Exactly.
like really?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I think that was the biggest thing for me. I didn't want to disappoint y'all, basically,
Mm-hmm.
by the things that I did in school. Because it was basically just school. Because I didn't do anything else other than that growing up. But, yeah. So basically, it was just, I mean, there's always hardships with whenever you were born.
Mm-hmm.
But being the youngest, for me, I think the hardest thing was just being the youngest because I was by myself. Because BB and Kiki are only 13 months apart.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm 5 and 4 years apart from them. So they did everything together. They even had mutual friends and stuff like that, went to the same school. But I had to do everything by myself.
Mm-hmm.
So BB and Kiki would be out the house and I'm in the house by myself and stuff like that. Which I didn't really notice how sad I was a little bit by it until like Kiki or BB would call mommy from college and I'd be like, dang, I'm here by myself.
Mm-hmm.
Or it'd be like a random Saturday and I'd be like, man, I'm sad. I'm lonely.
Aw.
Because, I mean, it's one thing because mommy was there and I was glad that mommy was there. But it's like your sisters because your sisters are more your friends than your mom
Yeah, it's
is your
different.
friend.
It's a difference.
So that I was missing the relationship that we had because I mean it was still we still had a close relationship, but we just didn't see each other or talk to each other every day.
Right.
Because even though Kiki don't live here, I talk to her every day.
Really though, like we talk more now that I don't live here than if I were.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the difference as well. And I told y'all that when y'all were growing up, appreciate the time that you have together because it's going to come a time when y'all not going to all be in the same spot.
Yeah.
Somebody going to be in a different country, a different state, and you're not going to be able to get together like you are. So enjoy these times, make memories with it. And lo and behold, here we are.
BB took it too literal. I think
She did just
I mean-
a little bit. But you know what? It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, because also being the youngest, seeing everything that BB and Kiki is doing, and then seeing like the way that I chose my path, it you end up comparing as the youngest, I guess, in a sense, because sometimes you think, and mommy never made me feel like that. It's just me in my brain, but it makes it feel like your parents have higher expectations for you or bigger expectations for you because of what your siblings have done. You know, so like Kiki and BB went off to college and they did the traditional way. They went as soon as they graduated from high school and stuff, and I chose to stay home and go to a tech school. And then we moved, so I had to figure out, you know,
What's your next steps? Or
what was I gonna do? Because I didn't like the traditional live in the dorm with strangers things, showering in the same thing. Like that wasn't for me,
right.
and I knew it wasn't, but I still felt almost like inadequate or something because BB and Kiki both decided to do it, but I didn't.
I want to say, I feel like and I hope I don't cry. Our expectations, my expectations, were different for you.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if y'all know this. You know that Nene had pneumonia when she was a baby,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
and she almost died.
Oh,
Did y'all know
I
that?
didn't know that part.
So,
You knew that?
No.
Okay.
so the doctor was like, if y'all waited till in the morning, she wouldn't have made it.
Wow.
So, for me, every moment that she's breathing, she can have whatever she wants. I'm going to make it my business to make sure that she has whatever she wants because we almost lost her. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So for me, whatever you want to do, I know that it is ordained by God because you're still here,
Mm-hmm.
because it could have been another way. So it's kind of like our expectations for you were so different because it's kind of like, I know God has a plan for her
Mm-hmm.
because she's not supposed to be here, you know? So it's kind of like, wow. So all the things that you're doing and how you're, even the expectation, you're superseding the expectations that I might have even had because you're the smartest one in the group.
Yes, you are, and I don't care how much you say you not. You are.
You know what I'm saying?
You didn't even let
No,
me get
no,
that.
No,
out.
no, don't even.
No.
Even like, I mean, honestly, and this is, I mean, I know this is my baby, and you know, I am, I guess you say, jaded,
Okay.
but she is so smart, and she doesn't realize how smart she is.
Biased.
I'm biased. Okay. Fix my words. I told you I'm not
Alright.
that smart.
Yes, you are. You
but-
just used the wrong word. That's it.
She but every college that she's been to, she has a 4.0.
Every single one.
Where they do that at? Even when the times when she was going to the HBC and she had to teach herself.
No, teach yourself the material. Okay.
Okay. She was basically the teacher in the class.
Basically.
And she still got an A.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That tells me that she has a purpose here that we don't even realize yet. You know what I'm saying? It's just so much. And she's just 22. Her life is just starting.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's something else that I think Nene has to realize is that you are a lot younger than me and BB. So
Yeah.
you cannot expect to be on the same level as me and BB when you're literally 5 years younger than me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
And you're
Yeah.
doing different things.
Yes.
Y'all not doing the same thing. BB's in Korea. BB's in another country. Kalia's a therapist. You know what I'm saying? Like, Kalia literally talks to people all day. And
But can we talk about that for a second?
sure.
And how insanely cool that is? Like,
Right.
you're a freaking therapist. Like,
Right.
you help people feel better
Exactly.
in a way that, like, a traditional doctor just, like, can't.
do. Right.
That is true. I often, because like, to be honest, my dream has come true.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
the thing, and I hope I don't cry because I feel it welling behind my eyes. But like that vision that I had when I was 9 years old has been fulfilled.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just crazy to think that I'm doing that. Because when I was young, I didn't know I needed a license to do this and stuff like, and that was a hard process. That process took about a year for me to complete. And then, you know, I had to do my master's and stuff like that. So I often sit and think about that. Like, wow, I have my dream job. Shout out to A Little Counseling, PLLC.
If you need just a little.
If you need a little counseling. Okay. But no, seriously, like, I have my dream job, and I didn't think it was going to happen this fast, you know, even though I wanted it to happen faster. But it is crazy to think about that. Like, I talk to people all day, and all I do is just help them feel better about what they're going through.
Yeah.
And that's crazy.
Yeah. So you talk to people all day. Literally all day. And then you come home at night and you talk to us
But the
all night.
But that's
All
the
night,
thing-
right?
That's the thing. I feel like Kiki picked a job that was, or Kiki's dream
Mm-hmm.
was like perfect for her personality
Mm-hmm.
because Kiki is very sympathetic.
Empathetic. You're
Empathetic?
right. Yeah.
So you're able to like understand people's emotions very well and be able to like help them. You know what I mean? Like if somebody were to tell me about their feelings, I'd be like, I'm sorry about that. Like I feel for you.
You want a hug?
But because I can't help somebody in that way because I don't even know about my own feelings.
But you know what? To bring it back, the way that I was raised set me up for this because mommy always said, let's have a conversation.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it. What's going on? How are you feeling? What you know, what's happening? So then now in my profession, I do the same thing. Every time my client comes in, okay, what's been going on? Let's talk about it. When they have a problem, be like, okay, let's process it. Let's do it. What's going on? How can we fix it? So my mother is the reason why I'm like this. And I keep telling her she needs to be a therapist anyway. But the way that mommy raised us is part of the reason why I'm able to be really successful at my job because we've already been doing this my whole life.
It just communication is key in any relationship, no matter what type of relation, mother, daughter, sister, brother, friend, pastor, whatever. You have to be able to communicate. Communication is the key. I can't fix something that I don't know is broken.
Exactly.
So I can't fix it if you feel like I said something that you didn't like. So how am I not going to say that to you again or know why you felt that way if we don't talk about it?
Exactly.
You know, and I know, people, men don't like to talk or whatever, but it's not even so much that. It's just to be able. Some people just want to hear, not even communication, just if what makes my day is when one of my children texts me and say, Mommy, I love you. Or Mommy, guess what? How you doing today, girl? You know what I'm saying?
That's me 24/7. How you doing, girl?
You know what I'm saying? Or, hey, Mommy, you okay? How you feeling? Did you eat? That's communication, And with y'all growing up, and with things are worse now than it was when y'all were growing up. So even when y'all were growing up, I needed to make sure that we had an open communication, an open relationship to be able to, y'all to be able to talk to me and have those conversations so I can help you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I always go back to the same thing. When you went to prom and they were like, oh, we want to get a hotel room after. I was like, and who? For what? And, and I had to, and Khalil was like, well, why not? Because, it's my friends. But I had to explain to her, and I'm glad we were able to have an open conversation about it. And it was like, it's not that I don't trust you, but when you don't place yourself in a situation for things to happen. You know what I'm saying? Because there's this thing called peer pressure. And if your friends say, come on, like, Hunter can be kidding with me and be like, come on, and Wuda, everybody's doing it. That's real. And if your friends are saying, come on, just a little bit, ain't nobody gonna know. Come on. And then the next thing you know, you are in somebody's bed, somebody's house, you on the sidewalk and trying to figure out how you got there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's scary.
Right. And that's scary, but also don't put yourself in situations where these things may happen. You're all teenagers. It's just going to be us. I'm not dumb. I'm not stupid. I was born at night, but not last night.
Period.
I know that y'all about to have a party in this daggone hotel room.
But me being naive, I really thought it was just going to be us. So I'm just going to say that because I was sheltered. I didn't know.
Right.
I really thought it was just going to be us. But you, because you had more experience, you were like, nah, that's not what's going to be going on.
It's about to be on and popping in that room. And I don't want you to have to make a decision that you're going to regret later.
I was like, no,
That's
mommy.
gonna be another podcast episode. Mommy's life in New York.
How about mommy's life lessons? Because all the stuff that she learned and that she told us was stuff that she did growing up in
The
New
stuff
York.
that I did, that it hasn't changed. It's a different day, but the same thing is happening that happened 30 years ago. Like when I told you about what the boy is going to say when you get to college.
The boy's still saying it. So
We'll
tell y'all next time.
It hasn't changed, and it was a delight to my soul when she called me. She said, "Mommy, exactly what you said." The boy said the exact same thing, and I laughed in his face.
Yeah, because I was like, my mama already told me you was gonna say that, and it was like, "Yo, mama, you in college?" Yeah, my mama. Don't do that. Don't try to play me like that. Yes, my mama said that. I was 18, so.
So, I mean, you still say that today, my mama.
Oh, yeah,
Mommy.
because Wanda, everybody that has met my mom knows that she's very insightful. And they are always like, oh, I love Miss Wanda. I love Miss Wanda. Because one, she's jokey, so she always want to make a joke. But then when you get into the real talk, aspect, it's like, mommy is always saying things that will help you or, get you through.
I just want to help people. That's all. And I want to be able to make people feel better about themselves and their situations. You know what I'm saying? And, I feel like it's one of the gifts that God has given me. And every time before I speak to somebody, I was like, okay, God, use me as your mouthpiece, and whatever you want them to know, put it out there. So I think we talked about this a lot.
We did, but it was a good conversation, though.
Okay. All right. So I think we come to a part of our, part of our service. We've come to a part of our
so churchy
podcast where we talk about the song of the week.
Okay.
Yes, our recommendations.
And
I was
then
just saying
recommendation.
After that, I have just one more question.
Okay.
Or should you
That'd be
do the
very
question
quick.
first?
You want to do that?
Yeah, let's do the question first.
I just have just a simple thing,
Okay.
because this is very relatable for everybody.
Okay.
Anxiety, and I know we talked about that last time. or whatever.
Okay.
But I just want everybody go around the room
Mm-hmm.
and everybody just give like a short little example of an anxiety moment that you had. Just really quick, or like something that you've noticed that's like recurring that you do because of your anxiety. Just to like be like, here's what it is.
Okay. I'll go first. So my anxiety thing is that I can be very awkward.
Mm-hmm.
So I can be in a situation, right? And I'm okay with talking to people and it's fine. But like meeting new people terrifies the crap out of me. Like, I don't know why it bothers me that much. But even like when I meet new clients and stuff like that, like I just can't get it together. So when it's time to talk, my brain is jumbled. So I'd be saying crazy stuff. I'd be like, and it'd be making noises. And I'm like, what is wrong with me? Or like a client will say, hey, I'd be like, hey, how you doing? And sometimes like because I'm anxious or because I'm like awkward, I will like say the wrong thing, like something I didn't mean to say, and then I say it anyway. I was like, that was something you're supposed to keep in your head. We're supposed to say that out loud, but then it ends up going well anyway. But I do have a lot of moments where I feel awkward. Like if I think back on it, I can feel the anxiety like in my chest or in my stomach.
What about you?
I don't know.
Everything that she does.
Right. I'm just like, you like pick one. It doesn't, whenever I stand up to speak to people, I have anxiety.
This is the anxiety thing that I see the most with mommy. After she preaches or after she speaks, like does Bible study or Sunday school, she'll be like, did I do good? Did I do good? So basically like trying to seek validation so you can feel better about what you did because you don't think
No,
it went well.
I never do.
And then also she has the anxiety poops.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, and she That's because my knee be hurting.
No, that's because you are anxious.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Yeah. Just every time I have to speak. And it's so funny. I'd rather be in the background and not speaking in the front. But the crazy part about it is I'm always in the front. And no matter where I am, I'm always positioned. Like I'm a trainer. I'm always meeting new people.
But did you know that that's a trait of being a Leo? Like you act like you don't want to be in the spotlight, but then you always in the spotlight.
I don't
Nene,
act
go
like I
ahead.
wait.
I don't know about me.
I'm about to say Nene's a Leo and so is Brianna.
BBL is in the spotlight. She's a black English teacher in Korea, okay? She can't be more in the spotlight than that.
That accurate.
Okay?
Accurate.
Well, I'll say that for mommy, for certain. She acts like she doesn't like it, but low key, in the very back of her mind, she does like it a little bit. And she ain't got nothing to say.
No, my leg's shaking.
Oh, Nina, go ahead.
For me, I would
Just for
say-
me.
That was so quiet until she whispered it, so she didn't interrupt you.
for me, my thing that I've noticed a lot, and it's the reason why I wanted to talk about it, because it keeps happening, and I really need to stop. It's how when something happens that I don't expect, and I don't know how to act. I like literally I freeze, basically, and I like it keeps happening to me, and I don't know what to do. So it'll be like the first time that happened when I turned on a disposal and there was a spoon in there, and I froze and I didn't know what to do.
The spoon was gone, y'all.
I was supposed to turn the disposal off, but it took me a good minute and a half to turn the disposal off. Or when me and BB were sitting out here and we turned on a service from church, and it happened to be a funeral. And the way my finger would not push the back button.
And that is something that really scares Nene, death. So seeing a dead body on the screen, yeah.
So I would like for it to stop, but it literally is too unexpected for me to not. Like it takes me a good minute to unfreeze.
That's because Nene, somebody told me that there's another thing to fight or flight. I can't remember what it is, but you're like stuck in the middle between fight or flight. You're like, do I get up and leave, or do I stop what I'm doing? Like you don't know what to do. You're just like, because you're trying to figure out, how do I fix what's going on, and your brain can't get to it fast enough because you have so much anxiety. Yeah. But the thing is, as a therapist, I can give you stuff to do, but you're not gonna do it because I'm your sister.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna be wasting my breath.
I mean, hey, might as well just not figure it out. You know.
She's like, I need help with this, but let's not figure it out.
Let me just live through it.
What?
I mean, cause it happens, but I'm trying to decrease the freeze time.
The freeze time.
You know, because at this, it's not about fixing it completely. It's about regulating. Okay, so just regulate the regulation of the freeze until the point where you don't freeze, and then there you fixed it. So you regulate. So
Is that what helps you sleep at night?
I don't sleep at night.
Oh well,
I sleep
Oh
during the
my
day.
gosh.
that's another episode. That is another episode.
I don't sleep at night. Nene, what is wrong with you, bro?
I don't know.
I sleep during the day. I don't sleep at night.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, technically, yeah. When you up at the crack of dawn, literally.
That's fine. That's fine. Okay, so
It is fine, baby girl.
Okay, song Rex.
song Rex.
Nene does. Nene does. I know I don't sleep at night. Gonna get me for the rest of the day. Oh.
So what be your song Rex? Kiki, stop. 'Cause it's not false. I don't sleep at night.
You were so fast with it, though. If that helps you sleep at night, I don't sleep at night.
She literally does not.
It's okay. I hear the birds chirping in the morning. That's what makes me go to sleep. You know, usually that makes somebody get up. But, ooh, time to sleep. Hear the birds chirping. That's my go to sleep call.
Father, in the name of Jesus.
I'm gonna send you some resources to find a therapist.
Lord, we
okay?
come to you
I
as
don't need
humbly as
therapy.
we know how.
You said you don't need that.
No, I don't need no therapy. Ain't nothing wrong with me. Ain't nothing wrong with me.
Mommy, go ahead.
Song Rex.
Father. So Uncle Kirk has a new song out. Kirk Franklin.
Mm-hmm.
He the only Kirk I know.
And it's called All Things.
Mm-hmm.
I've been listening to it. It is another banger.
Wow.
He's amazing. If you haven't listened to it, definitely take a listen. And the people is singing. Okay?
As always.
I mean, there was a change. And I said, oh, all right. All right, sir. All right. So, yeah. So, All Things Kirk Franklin. If you have not heard it, you have not downloaded it, go ahead and do that.
You
for
on
Uncle
his
Kirk.
team?
Huh?
Are you on his team?
I want to be on his team. Kirk Franklin.
Do you need a background singer, a event planner,
Huh?
and an engineer?
An executive assistant.
And an
I
engineer.
mean, whatever you need, sir.
An engineer. Yeah, definitely an engineer.
We are here to help you
Live and in studio.
to be more
Ooh.
successful than you
Okay.
currently are.
You get you 2 jobs. I know that's right.
Thank
All right.
you.
But that's my song of the week.
All right, so my song of the week is a worship song that I recently have found. At work, we listen to a lot of Disney music, and I happened to hear this one song, and I said, wow, she's worshiping in the spirit. It's called Waiting on a Miracle from Encanto. Stephanie Beatrice is singing it. Y'all, she is worshiping. Okay? Wait till she get to the second verse. Oh, she going off. Okay? So that's my song, Rick. You gotta worship with Maribel, okay?
Ooh.
She's just waiting on a miracle, okay? And God said he gonna give it to her. In the next scene, he gave it to her. I'm just
Ooh,
saying.
Halle.
I'm just saying.
Ooh.
Hallelujah.
Oh my.
Ooh.
Oh my.
Yee.
Wow.
Hallelujah.
Hey, Lord.
Go ahead, Needy.
Should have got a Hyundai.
Ooh, hallelujah.
Ba-da-ba-da-dee-son. Ooh.
Ooh. All right.
Oh, that
Wow.
was good. Hallelujah.
Say it again, Nene.
Ba-da-ba-da-dee-son.
Hallelujah.
All right. Keep playing. Keep
Come
playing.
on, come on, come on.
Y'all keep
come
playing.
on.
Keep playing. Keep playing.
Come on.
Keep playing.
Millions didn't make it.
Come on. Keep playing. And Shirley sees that her and her sister was playing.
I will not let the rocks cry out for me.
All right.
Oh. All right.
All right.
Hallelujah.
Keep playing.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta bang something though. You gotta bang something.
Huh?
You gotta bang something. It's more effective when you bang something.
All right, go ahead.
Okay. Anyway, I was gonna do one song, but now everybody doing their worship song. They hallelujah song. See what mine is gonna be this
What's
week?
that?
What's that?
My friend Brian Courtney
All right.
Wilson.
I know that's right.
worth fighting for.
Yep, that's it.
Let me tell you something.
Mm-hmm.
I love that song.
Mm-hmm.
I love that song.
He's blessed.
He
is
surely
blessed.
is. He surely is.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's my song rock.
Love that.
Love it.
And that is all. And that is it.
All right. Well, this has been a nice conversation that we've had this evening.
Yes, very
Yes,
nice.
very much so.
I appreciate both of your ministries and what you bring to the table.
Thanks.
Honestly,
Thanks.
it is such a joy to be able to sit and have conversations with your children, to have conversations with my daughters,
Yeah, you got
with
3.
my daughters. And the reason why I'm saying this is because some people don't have conversations with their children.
Mm-hmm.
Some people don't talk to their children. And some children don't want to talk to their parents. But I feel it's an honor and a privilege that y'all want to come and spend time with me. That y'all want to be present. And I appreciate y'all from the depths of my heart more than I could even explain.
Wow.
But thank you for
Thanks, girl.
thank you for loving your mama unconditionally. I definitely do appreciate that more than y'all know.
Wow.
For real.
Mom.
We love you, girl.
Love you more. So this is yet another episode of Always Late to Church. We're
Okay, Octave. She said she was working on it.
I'm telling you, man, that little register coming through, y'all. Y'all better get ready for it. Get ready.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
Y'all will know what hit y'all in a second.
Well, thank you again for listening to our podcast.
Last time it was a podcast.
Can I just say this really quick?
Sure.
I just hope that people hear this one, because this one was a little more serious, even though we were still joking in between. It, you know, talk to your kids,
Yeah.
talk to your family. Don't force nothing, but you
Mhm.
know, just talk to them, let them know what's up.
Yeah.
Like, you know, because we benefited a lot
Yeah.
from mommy's conversations and from our weekly conversations and the relationships we
Daily,
had.
really.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And just, you know, just speaking and talking with each other, even just growing up, you know, because I mean, we had nothing else but each other,
Right.
Right.
you know, and even though other people, it may not be that way, it can still get that way. It's never
Exactly.
too late.
Right.
That's
you
right.
know?
It's never too late to sit down and have a conversation
Yeah.
and just talk.
Also, I hope people relate to it
Hmm?
and everything, you know.
Yeah.
Just know that everybody goes through the same things, and
Yeah.
Everybody.
Yeah.
That's all I know.
I'm surprised you even know that. Rock your body right. Back streets back.
All right.
Oh! Nene!
I will keep this in this
Oh,
podcast.
yes,
I'm
Nene. That was good.
I'm gonna play it every single episode. It's gonna be at the end of every episode, so get ready. Get ready for it.
That was the first time all 3 of us ever sang in harmony, and it worked.
The only ever time that we've done that is with me, you, and BB.
Yeah.
When we sung in harmony and we didn't mean to, that means the Lord wants us to do it. We got to do it.
Nene,
I'm motivated now.
Now she's motivated. Okay, but watch next podcast. Next podcast, you're gonna be like, "Nah, I'm out. I can't do it."
Because you already know BB don't want to sing.
No, BB don't. How's she gonna sing with us anyway?
And BB's going to be the manager. She's the manager.
I thought you were the manager.
But BB always want to say she can't sing. Listen here, BB, because I know you listening.
Ooh.
Period.
You
The
can
fourth.
sing. The 4th can sing. Okay, the 4th is a singer as well.
Exactly.
Thanks. And get ready for the clip, because here it's coming again. That's my editing point.
Back streets back.
All right.
Oh, that's your editing. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I'm put the clip in again.
All right. Well, thank you so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed tonight's podcast.
Yep.
Listen, enjoy yourselves. Communicate with your family.
Enjoy yourself.
Enjoy yourself. Enjoy yourself with me.
Sing, mommy.
Oh, enjoy yourself. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy yourself with me. Enjoy yourself. You got to make the face.
Always the enjoy yourself with me.
Enjoy yourself. All right. Well, thank you so much for listening. Please share, subscribe, like, share it with some friends. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll holler at you later.
Bye.
Bye bye. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye, bye, bye.
Bye bye.
Bye
Don't wanna
bye.
be a fool for you.
Hey,
Just another player in the game.
hey.
You-
All right. Might sound crazy, but it ain't no lie.
Baby, bye 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 bye.
That wasn't it.
It wasn't it.
I might have to cut that one out.
I'm gonna cut that one out because my lower register still ain't there. I was trying to do the lowest one. I was trying to do the tenor, but it's okay. We'll get it. We'll get it.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Baby,